Today on the show, we're talking about finding your voice in fashion, and I'm speaking with Maki of Maison Murasaki. Maki creates these amazing slow fashion, not fast fashion. They're made to order, custom made skirts and tops that have these incredible embellishments, different shapes like origami that are made from natural fibers like hemp or linen. They're just beautiful. So I'm talking to her about how she found her niche and her voice in fashion. How do you decide what to create?
It really depends on the time. And I usually have a bank of research materials on my Pinterest that I gather.
Yep.
And whatever motif or image that matches what I am thinking and feeling at the moment, I combine it with a research material that I already have and then start designing from there.
Got it.
Recently, I did reverse the process of my designing because in order to be fully environmentally friendly, I completely stopped buying virgin material that is harmful. So absolutely no man-made fabric whatsoever.
Okay.
And I let the materials speak for themselves, and I have quite a stock in my studio of fabric samples and scraps and whatnot. So I would dig through them, find what fabric will inspire me, and then see what I can create from there. For the cherry skirt, I already had that red and green cotton in hand. And I thought, oh my God, I have to make the 3D cherries out of this for my collection.
Yeah.
And it started from there. And then did this whole entire research of how the cherry motifs were used throughout history in art and fashion. Got inspired by certain images that had cream and beigey backgrounds. And that immediately connected into my head that, oh, I have to use hemp fabric. This is the perfect opportunity to start using hemp fabric because I always wanted to do that. It wasn't really connecting in my head and everything just came together. So all the materials came together and then kind of spoke to me in order to make that cherry skirt.
Got it. Okay. Awesome. Well, I hope to have a cherry skirt soon.
First and foremost, being environmentally friendly, and what's up there in importance in my mind is the Japanese aesthetics and the craftsmanship. So for instance, the cherries, that is inspired by a Japanese fabric art called chirimenzaiku. And then we kind of elevate it into my own style in order to make that final product, final cherry.
It's almost like fabric origami, but what is it?
It's like in between fabric origami and fabric patchwork. So you can actually make 3D patchwork if you wanted to, or separate that and make it into a completely 3D object using fabric and stuffing.
And what is it called again?
It's called chirimenzaiku.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that. I'll destroy the name. What would you say was the most important thing that you did in creating your line or getting to the place where you could create your line?
It was really designing and creating items, creating art, creating clothing. For me, really personally, is my way of communication. It's my voice.
Yeah.
Especially up until now, I didn't really know how to voice myself, especially regarding the cultural aspects, like the race aspects and the cultural aspects of things. And from the start, I graduated from Central St. Martin's in London approximately 20 years ago. It's been quite a while. But from the start, day one in college, the Japanese aesthetic and putting that cultural element into my designs were so important to me because that was my voice.
Got it.
And having that voice is really important, I think. And like, you can make pretty clothes all you want and, make trendy clothes that will sell. That's a different formula from what I do. But if you really want to be a creator, if you really want to be a designer, you do have to have that voice and vision that you want to communicate with the people. The people who wear my clothes, they actually feel it through my garments. And one of my customers, my clients, she is a collector of mine. She has all the pieces except for one skirt.
And it is about choosing your understanding your clientele, right? I mean, it's
Yes.
like a combination of what you want to create and then going after that right clientele who appreciates what you create.
Yes, it's so important. So I always listen to my clients as well, whether it's like a little small thing. Oh, I prefer a button to a hook for the fastening, or oh, I would like to see you do this motif.
Finding your voice in fashion and creating something unique is critical. I personally always struggled with the fact that I like pink, I love color, when trends might be saying everything is black, everything is soft, everything is neutral. But when I owned what I really love and felt like I could really be inspired by it, great things happened. For anyone watching who, dreams of having their own line like you have, what would you say you've learned? Like, what are the things you would tell someone who is interested in starting their own line?
Study well, research well, know all the processes, including all of your supply chain and what goes on. Be very conscious about your creative process and have that in order so you're not confusing yourself while you're actually going through the creative design making process, but really studying. Like, I think fashion is so deep and multi-dimensional. You will be studying until the day you die. That's what I always say. So you do have to have that attitude, and I think that is the most important thing. And to treat people well, because you can't do anything alone. You just have to get that into your head. First and foremost, you can never do anything alone. Really concentrate on building a great support system for a business.
Thank you so much for watching, Maki. I really enjoy learning about creatives. That's why I started creating fashion. You can subscribe. I would love for you to. You can find out more about Maki at MaisonMurasaki.com. You can shop with her there. She just has such a beautiful collection, and I'm so excited to know her, and I can't wait for my next interview creating fashion.